leave it to Sony to kind of end a dry spell when it comes to video game news. This is something that I thought was a very good topic to talk about and an exciting topic, because when we see stuff that leaks out like this, especially when it comes from Tom Henderson, you know that it's a legit source. I mean, if anybody was right about Microsoft's E3, it was him, and I felt like he did a good job of kind of nailing it, even though, I think most of us probably could have done what he did if we had the information that they were only going to do 12 months out, but I digress. But anyway, this is huge for Sony, because I think that it realistically, when it comes to announcing new hardware, and when it comes to announcing things like this, it's always a weird situation, and it's always sort of weird timing. Right, I think the time right now is probably very interesting for this, especially given the fact that we haven't been able to really get PlayStations as often or as quick as maybe people would want. So yeah, I find it to be a very intriguing topic, and I'm sure a lot of other people are going to get into this as well. Now listen, Sony, this isn't the first time where they've kind of sold some hardware and kind of done some things like this. They've went back and forth on it. If you remember, when it comes to actually having a monitor, they had a really good 3D monitor that I wish that I had right now. Right? Do you guys remember this 3D TV? I don't know if it was a TV, because I don't think there was actual way to change the channels or anything. But they had a really good PS3, like 27-inch, 380 or 1080p 3D TV, and it was pretty cool. And they didn't get enough credit for that. I wish I would have got one. Believe it or not, those things got marked down to like $99 at one point. But I was all about playing on like a bigger TV or whatever, and didn't really think about it. But the quality of those even today is amazing. And if you ever get a chance to buy one or come across one, I say go ahead and do it, because it's going to be amazing. The other thing is, remember the other week I talked about Sony having their own like pro style controller, and we're going to get some more information on that as well. And there's some other things that I thought were very interesting, and this is very much one of those things where Sony has a lot of hardware cooking, and I like seeing that. I like seeing that. I like being able to kind of go out there and go, you know what, listen, Sony is starting to really get good at this hardware thing, and I think that that's going to be a good thing. But I want to get into everything that's sort of leaked right now, and I'm sure you guys are going to have a take on it, so let's get started. So as I said earlier, these come by way of Tom Henderson, who usually gets these things pretty right. They're going to reveal 3 new headsets and 2 new monitors, and that sounds a little bit crazy, but yes, you heard that right, monitors, and I'm going to link this so you guys can check it out. Last week, Tom Henderson reported via Tryhard Guides that Sony was gearing up to potentially reveal a new PlayStation 5 Pro controller in the near future. This assumption was based on the knowledge that Sony is in fact revealing new hardware at the end of this current week. Although there's been no confirmation on if the controller would be revealed or not, it does make sense. There's still no official confirmation or quote-unquote insider information about that. This is the case, however. Sources have confirmed to their knowledge what will be shown off from Sony next week. Information on one of the hardware has already been revealed, which is Sony's new headsets. These are the new InZone H-Series headsets, with 3 sets to be revealed next week. The InZone H3, the H7, and the H9 all come with 360 spatial sound for gaming, and they're all Discord certified. InZone H3 is a wired headset, the cheapest headset, and has 360 spatial sound. The H7 is a wireless headset with 360 spatial sound and the best battery life. And the H9 is wireless, spatial sound, most expensive, and has noise cancelling features. The price points of the headsets are yet to be revealed. In addition to the 3 new headsets, Sony is also set to reveal 2 brand new gaming monitors under the InZone brand that feature quote-unquote exclusive features for PlayStation, which include auto HDR tone mapping and auto genre picture mode. According to sources, one of these monitors will be for 4K gaming at 144 Hz, whereas the others will be full HD gaming at 240 Hz. Both devices were described as being perfect for PS5 and have received VRR G-Sync support and feature low latency 1 millisecond. Sony has also kept HDR in mind, display HDR 600 in 4K 144 Hz for both monitors. It's also believed that both of these monitors will come with gaming assist features, which include the monitor's display and the number of FPS, game time, a viewfinder, improved brightness in dark locations, and refining brightness and contrast to better see enemies, with these features being turned on or off depending on the user's own desires. The price points for the monitor have yet to be revealed. However, it's still unclear whether Sony will be able to reveal the new Pro controller then or not, but their sources have said that these 5 pieces of new hardware are set to be revealed next week and are set to be part of Sony's new InZone brand. So Sony has a brand new brand of things to kind of showcase, and you know what, listen, that's going to be very interesting to see how that kind of point pours out and how people sort of like take this and run with it. I find it to be pretty incredulous when this kind of stuff happens. Look, it's an exciting time for Sony. Them introducing their own kind of hardware and branding and stuff like that does make sense. And, it does a little bit weird with them going into like the PC market, but, having, PCs that are, specific to them or whatever. I guess that it does really help them out tremendously. Listen, I think that it's honestly a smart move, and I think that it's something that they'll continue to do. And you know what? Listen, I find it to be a very, very smart thing for them to do, as it's just going to continue to be something that adds much more value to them, and something that obviously is going to continue to kind of ingratiate them with even more like PC gamers. And listen, I know some console gamers who buy monitors and things like that to game with their consoles. So not everybody wants to kick back, just like me, like what I like to kick back on a big 70-inch OLED and a big recliner or whatever, and play my video games. Some people, like some of you might know my brother Hellhammer. He did a podcast with me for a while, but he has always played his consoles on a smaller monitor, and to great success, especially when we're playing like multiplayer games and things like that. Him being able to play, against certain people or whatever, I guess it's easier for him to see. Whereas like for me, maybe it takes me an extra half millisecond or whatever to scan over the size of the TV to find out what's going on. So I totally understand kind of that aspect of it. But yeah, it's super interesting to see when these things happen. And you know what? I love seeing when these companies start dropping new stuff. So I think that that's really cool. And listen, Sony's going to continue to do what's best for them. So it's interesting that they're starting like a side hustle brand, I guess. So that's going to be very much interested to see what's going on. And, listen, bravo for Sony, man, making more money, getting people, making stuff specifically for your console that's going to work well with it, and, making stuff for gaming in general. I see that as a win-win situation for sure. So with that being said, you know what? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. I will link this in the description. What do you guys think about this new hardware? Sony getting into it, a pro-style controller, monitors. It's crazy out there. New headsets. Let me know what you think. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. If you do enjoy the video, please like it. It helps it to be seen and the channel to grow. Crap gamer out.